Fair use disclaimer. Your brother Wild Rum, you're back in another lesson, Lord willing, to be edifying. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Waha, Rakakwadash, Barakath Yahweh, Barakath Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 men of the Lord you see on the highways and byways, prophesying in the name and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. Also in the correct doctrine. I also want to give a shalom to the 1/3 men, women, and children that will escape the judgment of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah by their faith. Just got another lesson I want to bring out through the Spirit of the Lord. As you blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans have been mistreated here in Babylon the Great for over 400 years, man. And now the Esau time is running out. They want to basically be the victim. They want to proclaim to be victims. And I had a couple of videos showing you the hatred that they have spewed and done to us. But now they want to claim that they're the victim, man. To the point that they saying it was a shame to be called white here in their own land, man. When they're ruling, they're in the kingdom, man. They're in their kingdom. So I've never in my life have ever heard anyone not able to basically be able to say they are a so-called white man, which we know through the Spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, through his scriptures, that they are the biblical Edomites. Now they want to play the victim of basically being not able to proclaim their heritage. Now check this out.
When they attack black people after they've been murdered, when they did absolutely nothing wrong, you're pushing us to the limit. And what do I mean by that? They were absolute savages. They murdered people, they lynched people, they raped people, they enslaved people. They took babies from their mothers and sold them as property. You want to talk about savages? Your ancestors were the biggest savages the world has ever seen. So don't you dare call a black man a savage after you murdered him. Don't you dare do that. I'm so sick of African Americans being called violent when the world's worst violence was done to them, not by them, to them, not by them. For God's sake, you want to do racist stereotypes? Hundreds of years of history of being savages. Savages. They snatched babies and they sold them as property and they raped their mothers. Savages. That's what they were. You want to talk about stereotypes? Screw all of you who still defend that Confederacy, that monstrosity. Anyone who defends that is a barbaric savage.
Have you forgotten that once we were brought here, we were robbed of our name, robbed of our language, robbed of our religion, our culture, our God? We lost our footways, our mores. We lost our norm. And many of us, by the way we act, we even lost our mind.
That's true, man. But they've made us this savage, this beast, this demon. They portray on our news every damn day that you blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans are the reason everything basically goes to shit, man. We are the ones that's heavily incarcerated. The ones that are treated and mistreated from the time we were born to their damn death, man. And it hasn't ended.
Did you know enslaved black people were literally wrapped up and given as Christmas presents? This wasn't some rare occurrence. It was a calculated practice designed to reinforce the brutal reality that human beings were considered property. Louis Hughes, who escaped slavery, wrote about being presented to his purchaser's wife on Christmas Eve like a piece of furniture. Educator Robert Russa Moton witnessed his own father being handed over as a Christmas gift during an estate settlement. LaSalle Corbell Pickett claimed she received a 6-week-old black baby boy as a present, complete with a legal deed of ownership. Christmas became a weapon of psychological control. Enslavers would offer small gifts or work breaks to appear generous while maintaining their power. But the period between Christmas and New Year's was pure terror for enslaved families. New Year's Day was prime selling season. Families knew they could be torn apart at any moment. Some used this holiday chaos to escape. Harriet Tubman freed her brothers during this exact period. While families celebrated Christmas, Other families were being destroyed by it. The ultimate perversion of a holiday meant to celebrate humanity.
And see, this history hasn't even been taught to our own people, man. Our people have been taught to forget about what happened to their ancestors. And Esau has too. But the Lord punishes nations as a whole, man. He don't punish one person at a time, which he will. But when someone is punished, the Lord punishes the nations. And we're going to get that through the scriptures, man. Because now, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, this is coming back up in Esau's face. All the rape, robbery, and murder that he's done to the children of Israel, he's going to get judged by that, man. And this is what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is coming back to judge him and put him in the same, basically the same captivity, under the same curses that we was. But he's going to receive double, man. He never showed mercy. So he's not going to receive any mercy, man.
What did you just say?
I said white people used to steal stuff.
White people used to steal stuff?
Yeah.
When?
I heard a story of that.
Come here, tell me about it.
I heard a story from school.
That white people used to steal stuff?
Yeah.
When?
And kill people.
Yeah? You talking about?
They be friends together.
Are you talking about Thanksgiving?
And no.
Before Thanksgiving?
No.
Just in general?
No, I'm talking about white people used to steal stuff and kill people, but now they were friends.
Friends with who?
With the normal people's skin.
The normal people's skin?
Yeah.
You mean like Native Americans?
Yeah.
So first the white people killed the Native Americans and they became friends with them?
Yeah.
That's not 100% true.
Wow.
White people kind of killed them and then stole all their land. And now we have America. But yeah, the part about white people stealing and killing them is that part's true. They teaching this in first grade, dude? Hey, real quick, before we lose track, or focus. They're teaching you this in first grade?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's good stuff.
And see, that's the reason why they don't want to. They frown upon what they call it. They was calling it woke, being woke. What's the other thing they called it? They called it damn, it escapes me. I forgot exactly what they called it. But it made a big deal out of it, man, because they don't want this to be taught to their children, what they've done in the earth, man. They don't want it to be taught in the earth, what they've done to the children of Israel. Because their children have to pay for what their sins that they've committed. And this is what's going to be the harsh reality for Esau to swallow. Because what he's done, he is going to have his children suffer for it. And he's going to suffer for it when he's basically reincarnated, because all your children coming back, man. So you didn't escape the judgments and the punishments and the killing and the stealing and the robbing. You did. That didn't just go away. Now that you've seen that your time is up, you can't play the victim now, because nobody's going to pity you, man. No one is going to pity you because they see what you've done in the earth, man. Not only to the children of Israel, but to the whole entire globe, man. Even the animals, man, the earth. And when this become a thing?
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
I've never heard a so-called white man apologize for being white. So he's been playing the victim, man. Victimhood. I've never heard a so-called white man say that I'm ashamed of being white. I've never heard that, man. And they are so prideful, they would never say that. But see what he wants to deflect from the things he's done in the earth as a so-called white man.
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
Anymore. You never had to apologize for being white. You never had to apologize for being Edomite, man. And he knows this, man. And this is the race baiting they're doing to get their people roused up to think that they can basically go against all the other nations of people, man, that's in their land. Their kingdom is going down, so they want to take everybody else down with them, man. Well, see, the Lord is going to step in and punish you for that. Because what you think that you're doing in the earth, that you so prideful that America's going to be here forever, the hatred you spewed, the things you've done in the earth, is not going to go it's not going to go unanswered, man, or unchecked. Now I know I can't play all this. Somebody gonna flag it if I do. But you see, this so-called Edomite lady has a so-called what they would call a mixed child, which her father more than likely is a Jake, man, Israelite. But I'm gonna just play this part right here, real quick.
Shark! My shark!
So they was mocking the little girl that's calling her a mud shark. They kept calling her the little girl now. This little girl don't know what's going on. She has no clue. But they kept calling her a mud shark. And that's the hatred they spewed. It's the hatred they spewed, and then they want to play the victim. No one ever said that they should be ashamed of being a so-called white man. Nobody ever said that. All my life, I've never heard no one say I'm ashamed of being white. They're ashamed of what they did as a so-called white man because it's a stain on their history, man. And now it's time to pay up for the judgment. It's near upon Esau, man. And 2/3 of our people are going to understand when they're judged right along with their oppressor, what we've been preaching and prophesying was the truth, man. It was undoubtedly the truth, man. This is Psalms 44 and verse 9. It says, "But thou cast off and put us to shame, and goest not forth with our armies. Thou makest us to turn back from the enemy." And this is basically when the Lord casted us off, man. It says, "And they which hate us spoil for themselves." See, spoil us for themselves. And that's what they done, man. So now the so-called white man could never see a so-called black man as his equal because he had him once in slavery. So that stain that they have on us, they can never see us equal to them. They will never let you get high in society. They will never let you be partakers at that table. So if that's their mindset, why would yours change? It says, "And they which hate us spoil for themselves. Thou hast given us like sheep appointed for meat, and hast casted us among the heathen." And that's what the Lord did to us, man. And see, we're under the curses, man. And since we didn't repent and return to the Lord gave us over, man. We didn't follow the law, statutes, commandments, the Lord casted us off. Now to this day, we're in our enemy's land, man. It says, "Thou sellest thy people for naught, and doest not increase thy wealth by their price. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and a discern. Let me make sure I'm pronouncing that correctly, man.
Derision.
Derision, Salaki. I've been read it 1,000 times. I don't know, tripping. Contemptuous, discern, ridiculous, reconcile, or mockery. Read it one more time, Salakia. I know the word. I'm tripping. It says, "Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbor, a scorn and a derision to them that are round about us." And this is what the Lord did to us, man. And this is why we sitting low. It says, thou makest us a byword among the heathen. That's plain, man. That's what we call niggas and spicks and wetbacks and all these names they mock us with. This is the reason why, man. The Lord gave us over, man. A shaking of the head among the people. See, they can't believe that we the children of Israel, man. That's why, you know what I'm saying, you saying, well, we sons and the daughters of Yahweh Shem Yahweh, we Israelites. They can never look at us like that because the Lord put us in a low estate, man. That's why they shake their heads as and call us bywords, because the Lord gave us over to their hands, man. And see, now it's time for Esau to pay back for his sins, man. All the sins he's committed in the earth, now it's time to pay back. It's the big payback, as James Brown would say. This is Psalms 129, in verse 4, it says, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is righteous. He have cut asunder the cords of the wicked. Let them all be confounded and turned back that hate Zion. See, we was given over to his hands, and they showed their hate to us, man. Now it's time for them to be shown the same hate that they showed towards us, man. Those roles are finna be reversed. And Esau showed his hatred towards us, man. He still do it to this very day, man. This is Isaiah 41. In verse 8 it says, But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not casted thee away. See, at one time we was casted away, man. We was given over to the hands of our enemies to be a byword, and then they shake their heads at us, man. We just read that. So now the Lord is redeeming us. He's bringing us back to our rightful place in the earth, man, as being rulers over our enemies, man. And it's going to physically happen, but now it's being done through the Spirit, man. That Esau is up at night thinking about us being in rulership over him, because he knows that when we come above him, he will have to answer for all the things he's done to us, man. It says, Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with my right hand of my righteousness. And see, the Lord is not putting the fear on us, man, to fear our enemies, man. Fear Esau. They're going to do this, they're going to do that. The Lord ain't put the spirit on us to fear them, because the Lord is going to be our help. But we have to be ambassadors to Yahweh Shem Yahushua to let this man know what the judgments that the Lord is going to bring upon him for what he's done in the earth, man. It says, Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing. See that? They shall be as nothing. And they that strive with thee shall perish. And see, all those nations that strive against us, they're going to be wiped off the earth, man. And I'm talking about in this judgment. Not every one of them, but here I'm speaking about here in Babylon the Great, man. And then they're going to be born back into slavery, man. It's mostly Esau. And this is soon to happen, man. Things are speeding up, man, way faster than we ever could think of, man. Verse 13, it says, For I, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, thy power, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, Fear not, I will help thee. See that? We don't have to fear. We fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because the Lord clearly says he will help us. Fear not, thou worm Jacob. And that goes to show you the Lord wants us to be defenseless as worms. No protection, no defense, for him to show his power, man. That's why he used us as bait in the Red Sea. He used the children of Israel as bait to get Pharaoh to continue to follow us, seeing that, well, they ain't got no help. They ain't got no more water behind them. And that fueled their hatred towards us for them to continue to pursue us. And the Lord made a miraculous, he made a miraculous rescue. And this was going to happen again in this time, man. But it's going to be way more miraculous in this day than it was in the ancient world, man. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. See that? And this is what you have to believe, man. You have to believe that the Lord is going to be with us to the very end, man. It wouldn't be written if it wasn't true. This is Obadiah 1 and verse 10. It says, for thy violence against thy brother, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever, man. That's his fate. That's what is going to happen to him, man. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, man. And you finna soon see that the Lord is not playing, man. The Lord is a man of his word. The Lord is a man of his word, man. You can't change the judgment that the Lord is finna bring on the earth, man. Because 2/3 of our people are gonna get it just as worse as Esau, man. But the only thing about our people is they have an opportunity to repent and return back to the Lord, man. Esau doesn't. He has to suffer the consequences of his fathers, man. This is Job 8 in verse 20. It says, behold, power will not cast away the perfect man, neither will he help the evildoers. See that? Esau want to play the victim, but the Lord is not going to help the evildoers, man. Till he fill thy mouth with laughing and thy lips with rejoicing, they that hate thee shall be covered with shame. See that? For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover you. Says it clear again, man. Job telling you, they that hate thee will be clothed with shame. See that? Shame for spewing is going to be upon his glory, man. It's in Habakkuk. So shame is going to cover him, man. You had the earth, man. You had everything in the earth, but you chose to just punish the children of Israel, man. Your whole focus was to kill Jacob, man. As his forefather Esau said, he will kill his brother Jacob. So he spent all his time trying to kill his brother Jacob, man, instead of enjoying his kingdom. And that goes to show you that Esau, the so-called white man, is Esau, man. The Edomites, Idumea, Mount Seir. There's no doubt about it, man, because they spent their kingdom trying to put their feet on our necks, man. They spent all their time doing that, man. And it was all for nothing, man. It was all for nothing. For they that hate thee shall be clothed with shame, and the dwelling place of the wicked shall come to naught. The dwelling place of the wicked shall come to naught. That's Babylon the Great, man. It's going to come to nothing, man, in 1 hour, man. Everything erased like it never existed, man. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah, man. You can't remember the houses and how they looked and their parks or whatever, you know what I'm saying, they had in the ancient world. You can't see none of those things, man. You can't dig them up. It was all turned to ashes, man. That's the fate of Esau, Edom, in his kingdom here. You would never see where the library was, or the Titan Stadium, or McDonald's was, or Walmart was here in Babylon the Great. It's going to be utterly wasted, man. But they didn't enjoy it. They didn't enjoy their kingdom, man. Their own people have to. They can't even benefit of white supremacy. And now you want to claim that you are not able to be white? No. Jake don't even want any revenge on Esau, man. They don't want no revenge. But they seen that they can just continue to punish these people forever. That they didn't even enjoy their time they had to be in rulership. To go and explore the world, man. You know the elite was able to do those things, but these regular, these millionaires, man, and these other, middle class people, they weren't able to enjoy Babylon the Great, man. They working every day, man, and shit. Now it's to the point that they are they're worse than the, just regular middle class Jakes now, man. And these middle class Edomites, they got more hatred in their heart than probably the elite. And I just speaking as a man, but I know the elite have way more hatred to Jake because they know about the blessing. These regular Joe Blow six-pack Edomites, they don't got a clue. But the elite know. Well, the point I was making is that these Edomites that you work with, they got a pure hatred towards you. And they don't know that why they hate you. They just know that you are different from them. But see, the experience that what they're finna go through, they're gonna wish they was in peace with us, because they're gonna soon find out what they did was to the children of Israel, man, the Lord's chosen people, man, the apple of His eye. This is Deuteronomy 30 and verse 1. It says, "And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether Yahweh Bashem Yahweh shall thy power have driven thee, and shall return unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh shall thy power, and shall obey his voice, according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, that then Yahweh Bashem Yahweh shall thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee. And I will return and gather thee from all the nations, whether Yahweh Bashem Yahweh shall thy power has scattered thee." And see, we're finna be returned back to our Lord, man, which we are being done, and it's being done right now through the Spirit of the Lord, man. We're being returned to the Lord, and because we're hearing His voice. We're hearing His voice, and we come in as one, man. It says, verse 4, it says, if any of thine be driven out unto the uttermost parts of heaven, from thence will Yahweh Bashem Yahweh shall thy power gather thee, and from thence will He fetch thee. And Yahweh Bashem Yahweh shall thy power will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it. And see, this is in Deuteronomy. And this is what's finna happen, man. We're finna get the land that the Lord promised to our forefathers. We're finna have it in our possession now. And that's soon to happen. It says, and He will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. And Yahweh Bashem Yahweh shall thy power will circumcise thy heart and the heart of thy seed to love Yahweh Bashem Yahweh shah thy power with all thy heart. And that's that new covenant. It's only going to be given to the Israelites, man. And that's to the elect first. And then the rest of the nation will be born through the elect. And see, we're going back into being righteous. And we'll never sin again. We'll never go off again, man. It says, and with all thy soul that thou mayest live. And Yahweh Bashem Yahweh shall thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies. This is the point, man. So when the Lord give us back our land, they're going to receive all the curses that we had to go through, man. But they're going to receive it double, man. It says, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh shall thy power would put all these curses upon thy enemies. See, our enemies are those that hated us, man. That showed no mercy. And upon them that hate thee. See, that's plain, man. Which persecuted thee. See, Esau persecuting us now, man. They persecuting the northern kingdom. They persecuting the southern kingdom. And thou shalt return and obey the voice of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh shah, and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. And see, this is what's going to happen, man. The Lord is going to redeem the children of Israel and set us back in our own land, man. And all the curses that we had to experience, they're going to experience them, man. But they're going to receive double. This is written. And this is in the Old Testament, man. Because we haven't received our land back. But we're soon to receive that land back. And that's how we know through the Spirit that we're close. Closer than we, is it the song Closer Than Close? That's at Nate Dogg. But yeah, man, we're close to receive everything the Lord meant for us to have in Deuteronomy 1 through 15. We're close to having it, man. And our enemies are close to being our footstools, man. Receiving these curses. Deuteronomy 7 and verse 12, it says, wherefore it shall come to pass, if ye hearken to these judgments and keep and do these, that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh shall thy power shall keep unto thee the covenant and the mercy which he swore unto thy father. See that covenant when he will circumcise our heart and our children's heart, man. And that goes into your mind that you will never go off again. And this is the covenant that we will receive, man. It says, 13, it says, and he will love thee and bless thee and multiply thee. He will also bless the fruit of thy womb and the fruit of thy land, thy corn and thy wine and thine oil, the increase of thy kin and the flocks of thy sheep in the land which he swore unto thy fathers to give thee. And see, we're going to get that land back, man. It says, thou shalt be blessed above all people. That's plain, man. This is only talking about talking to the children of Israel, man. You're going to be blessed above all people. And I don't know what Genesis is talking about. There ain't going to be no joint heirs to the Israelites with these heathen nations, man. You got to be crazy, man. The Lord is clearly telling you in the law that we're going to be blessed above all the people of the earth, man. 14, it says, thou shalt be blessed above all people. There shall not be male or female barren among you, or among your cattle. So it's not going to be anyone that having children in the kingdom of heaven. It's not going to be a woman with no children in the kingdom of heaven, man. Not even your animals are going to be without children. It says, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushua will take away from thee all sicknesses. See that all these sicknesses that we had to experience here? Diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and shit, the list goes on, man. In the kingdom of heaven, no children of Israel have these diseases, man. He says, and Slakia, it says, and will put none of the evil diseases of Egypt, which thou knowest, upon thee. See that all these diseases that we knew here? Parasites and shit, man. We're not going to have that in the kingdom of heaven, man. It says, but we'll lay them upon all them that hate thee. See that? The nations are going to have the diseases that they gave us, man. All the diseases, man, that we had here in Babylon the Great, man. They made sex a weapon here, man. All these STDs and all that shit, man, that's made up diseases, man. That's not a natural disease that will come from the earth or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But they will blame it on monkeys and cows and all this madness, man. Which they go into a lab and they create diseases, man. This man is truly the devil the Bible speaks of, man. But continuing on, man, but these diseases that we had to experience here, we're not going to experience them in our kingdom, man. And see, this is what Esau did. He wasted his time trying to be a demon, man. Continuing on, verse 16, it says, 15, one more time. I got to read that one more time. It says, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua will take away from thee all sicknesses, and will put none of these evil diseases of Egypt, which thou knowest, upon thee, but will lay them upon all them that hate thee. And that's those diseases that we had experienced here, man. And Esau is not going to be equal to us, man. We're going to have new bodies, man. He says, and thou shalt consume all the people which Yahweh Shem Yahushua thy power shall deliver thee. Thy eyes shall have no pity upon them. See that? The Lord is going to deliver them into our hands, and we're not going to have any pity on them like they didn't have any pity upon us. Neither shalt thou serve their gods, for that will be a snare unto thee. If that goes to show you that you should be calling on the true name of the Lord, man, not no other name but Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. If thou shalt say in thy heart, these nations are more than I, how can I depose them? And that goes to show you that we ain't supposed to be fearful in this time that we're coming into, man. The Lord is pushing us through the Spirit to continue on. I got your back, man. I'm with you. I'm going to help you. We just read that in Isaiah 41. It says, thou shalt not be afraid of them. See that? Thou shalt not be afraid of them, but shall well remember what Yahweh Bashem Yahushua thy power did unto Pharaoh. See that? That's the reason why we shouldn't fear our enemies, man. But we got to well understand what the Lord did to Pharaoh, man. And we know the Lord destroyed his army. and unto all Egypt. See that? He killed all the firstborn of Egypt, killed all his cattle. So we're not to fear. Because the Lord telling us not to fear. Remember what I did to his army? And see, Jake ain't going to get this unless he's truly seeking Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. Because he's looking at it at a carnal aspect of it. We're looking at things as a spiritual aspect, man. Because it's all spiritual. Verse 19, it says, the great temptation which thy eyes saw, and the signs and the wonders, and the mighty hand, and a stretched out arm, whereby Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua thy power brought thee out, so shall Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua thy power do unto all the people whom thou art afraid. See that? The Lord is going to do that to all the people that we're afraid of, man. Moreover, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua thy power will send hornets among them, these curses, these plagues, until they that are left are hid. Let me read that again. It says, until they that are left and hid themselves from thee be destroyed. Thou shalt not be frightened at them. For Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua thy power is among you. See that? We should not be frightened at them because Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is among you. A mighty power and terrible. See that? The Lord is a mighty power and terrible, man. So that's like your father, your big brother, man. You get in a fight and you don't want to go out there and fight. He bigger than you. He done punch you in the face and you crying and shit. And your dad or your big brother be like, hey man, you gotta go out there and fight. And you go out there and fight, man. Same aspect of the Lord looking at us like, oh, they got this. They're gonna come against us like this, man. I got your back, man. You better take your ass back out there and fight. And through the Spirit, that's what we're doing, man. We're fighting through the Spirit, continuing on the legacy of being men of the Lord, man. New Living Translation says, no, do not be afraid of those nations. For Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, your power is among you. See that? The Lord is among us, man. Nobody can see that, man. But see, the power that we have is this word, man. The name of the Lord, man. The scripture clearly was in Proverbs to tell you the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and are safe. That's it, man. It says, and he is a great and awesome power, man. New Living Translation one more time. Let me read it all the way through. He says, no, do not be afraid of those nations. For Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, your power is among you. And he is a great and awesome power. See that? We don't need no weapons, man. Our power, the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, is that all we need. Good News Translation, it says, so do not be afraid of these people. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, your power is with you. He is a great power and one to be feared. See that? It's like you somebody coming up against you, them cartoons that have it. Well, you know what I'm saying? You like a bully come against you, and you know I used to see them cartoons where a bully be like on the bunch of bullies be all over. I was trying to think of somebody that there was a cartoon that bullies came up. Anyway, when the bully come up and they don't see you by yourself, they thinking, well, you ain't got no power. Nobody gonna be able to help you. And before they even touch you, somebody come and be over top of them like, hey, and they just run away. I was trying to think of a cartoon. I remember plenty of them like that. But that's the point though, man. When Esau come against the children of Israel, the men of the Lord is going to be right there, man, with our back. So we boast in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. Because it's our power, man. That's our Savior, man. And all the men of old did the same exact thing, man. They boasted in the Lord, man. Good News Translation, one more time, it says, so do not be afraid of these people. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, your power is with you. He is a great power and one to be feared. See that? The Lord is one to be feared. So we're not fearing Esau, man. We're fearing with the Lord. Not pleasing the Lord, man. So I'm going to end it there. Lord, with us edifying. Shalom. Shalom.